Okay. We are going to be doing portraits in charcoal. So black and white portraits. Portraits are the most difficult thing you can do because they have to look like humans, and it's hard to do humans, okay? Am I missing anybody in that far room? No. So this is a portrait that somebody did in the class, and I think it turned out really nice. And I really love the attitude and the look of this guy. I think he looks pretty cool, okay? So with that said, your charcoal and or pastel portraits. So it's going to be in charcoal, but you can also include pastels with it. Pastels go really good with charcoal because they're similar. They're very chalky, okay? So you can do yours in color, or you can do it in black and white, or you can do it in black and white with some color. And I'll show you examples of that. And you're going to write these 3 big words down. Are you ready? Okay? Personality, attitude, or emotion. Your portrait has to convey one of those 3 things. Okay? So you're going to be taking the photo for this portrait of somebody that you know. Your dad, your brother, your uncle, your sister, your friend, whatever. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take several portraits, pictures of them, and set them up in a creative way that reflects their personality, or reflects an attitude, or reflects an emotion. Got that? And that's important. I don't want just to see this cute senior class portrait where you just look nice. Okay? So one of those 3 things. And I'm going to show you some examples of things that I've done. Now, what makes this interesting? You must have a full range of value. Write that down. A full range of value, which means highlights, midtones, and shadows. Okay? Which means when you set the portrait up, you can't just do it in a room like this where there's fluorescent lights all around you, because you won't have very dramatic shadows in that kind of a portrait. Got that? Like, for example, on this one, you can see there's a shadow on her face here creating the line on her glasses. And I think what gives this picture an interest is I like some, her hair's got a bit of an attitude or a personality to it, okay? This was done in my class, okay? A girl took this, she had a series of pictures of her sister. And what I like about this, it's off a little bit in the face. Some of the proportions, I think the cheek's a little wide here, nose a little bit off. But I love the highlights in the hair. You've got these highlights and shadows here, and her blouse, the way the wrinkles and things in there. So she's got a little attitude, a little personality. The portrait can be of a face, it could be of your shoulders, it could be of your whole body, okay? So I'll show you a variety of things. I don't want to see anything that looks like this. These are senior portraits. They look like somebody posed for a nice picture for the yearbook, okay? So I don't want to see that. The girl on the left there, she looks very pale because what? The light probably was directed directly on her face, so her face looks very flat. You follow me? I want to see a nice range of values. So these, I would say, none of these are good. What's going on there? So I love this one. It's got a little bit of a personality to it, and I want you to be aware of the golden ratio, which means rather than having that person right in the center of the page, okay, her eyes are about that 5/8 range, and then kind of the bulk of her face right along that eye is about 5/8. So this is kind of a golden ratio. Follow me? You're at that 5/8 mark on the page, okay? Here's another one. Be aware of the 5/8 golden ratio. It's 1 to 1.618. So if you look at this girl, it's kind of the same thing. Those are general rules, rather than having her right in the middle of the page. But I love that picture of that girl there. It has a personality to it, does it not? You can kind of see, and what makes it interesting, I love the fact that her hair isn't perfectly combed. It's kind of whipping in the wind a little bit there. And you're looking at an angle down at her, which is not a typical portrait, okay? So write that down. We're going to write down ideas. Take the picture from just put unique angle. Take it from a unique angle. A unique angle could be looking down. It could be looking up at them. Okay? So doesn't have to be that way, but that's just an idea. Okay? Here she is. This guy, if you look here, old people are interesting because they have a lot more wrinkles on their faces. Okay? At least I think that makes you look interesting. Maybe you disagree. But anyhow, this guy is about at that 5/8 ratio again. He's not right in the middle of the page. And neither is the girl on the left there. Okay? Now, here's a person that chose to do hers in pastels. And she chose to use colors, kind of an unusual color palette. Instead of natural, regular colors, she used, bright colors. This was a picture of her dad. I think it turned out really cool. Okay? This was done, actually, this is ebony pencil, but I like the personality. A girl just was taking pictures of her friend, and I'm not answering that. And her friend just was kind of tossing her hair around, and she did this portrait. Here is a woman and her little baby. Girl did this, several pictures of her mother, and she chose to do this one. She had quite a few pictures. Okay? Exaggerated emotions, write that down. So I love the one on the left, and if you know, that girl's name was Allie, and I had her as a student here, and her friend took that picture of her, and I love it because that's the way Allie's personality was. She was very outgoing and kind of bold and fun, and that picture, I think, captures her.
Mr. Graziano?
Yes?
Oh, could you call me at 1403, please?
Is it emergency?
Yes.
Okay.